better. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys. My name's Jane Howarth, and I was hired by the company to work at... And I was hired to do a communications strategy for the industry. Just a little bit of background. First of all, I shall give these out. Ange is training and development. Thank you for being on the project team. Catherine Gorge and Fred Sequoia. Thank you very much. I have got one more person on here, which is research, John Darko. I don't think John Darko could make it today. I actually called him, and I'll catch up with him individually to go through that with him. If you can see up here, I've got it up here, but you've each got a copy. So if you've got any questions as we go along, I'd prefer if you just hold them until the end, and then we'll go through that. So, as you know, just a brief recap for you. JKL Industries, you sell trucks, small, medium, large trucks. You also do forklifts. And what the company has decided to do is to stop leasing and just go to sales. So we've got all of these people who are out of a job pretty much. So we are going to intend to retrain them, upskill them, so that they then can become sales team. And we don't have a grievance procedure. So there's a whole lot of exciting things that are happening within the company, and I'm going to be rolling out comms. This is just the strategy that I'm thinking of going with. So I need you to run your eyes over it with me, just really briefly, high level view. So we've got a couple of objectives that we actually need to have a look at. So let's just start on the front. We looked at the strengths and weaknesses of the company. The strengths are 10% sales growth per year. This is why we've gone with sales. Weaknesses, slow, ineffective communication, ineffective communication technologies. One thing that was really important was the facilitation of consultation for people from the ground up, not just from management down. I think most companies would be like that, but what the management have asked me to do is make sure that there's something in place so that there's concentration on continuous improvement from the bottom up to the managers. And this gives engagement to the employees, I believe. Okay, opportunities. The leasing team being retrained is an opportunity to add value and strength to the sales team. And because we're losing so many managers at the moment, we need to hang on to those managers. They've got tenure, they've got knowledge, so much in their heads. We don't want these guys leaving. So we're going to be offering promotion, internal promotion. As you know, a lot of companies, they always go external. More externals come in, and so the same people are stuck there with a brass ceiling and they've got nowhere to go. So I think that it's really, really important that there's some excitement going on back there with everyone, knowing that they can get on and be manager. They can get on and do a different role and do something different. So the only threat that I can see is perhaps a high percentage of attrition of the rental guys who no longer want to stay and are going to leave. So it's imperative that this comm strategy gets rolled out sooner rather than later, so that we can hang on to these guys, or at least get an idea of where they're going, why they're going, and can we hang on to them. Cool. Go through, I've got some goals and targets. My objectives that I was looking at was the poor bottom-up information flow and the inconsistent application by managers of these grievance procedures. I'm looking at speaking to board, and I'm looking at speaking to individual employees and also within a work team meeting setting. Two things that need to happen in this comm strategy. Number one is the main blanket grievance procedure. Everybody needs to know about it. But also I'm developing an e-learning package for the rental people. So I think that's your area, and you'll be doing the training and development.
Yes,
And what I've
right.
done is I've given you up until June 2017 to get that in place. I think that we need to get the procedures and the policies right, looking at legislation with the complaint. What have I got you doing? Let me have a look. You're the business analyst, Catherine, in this team. So I'll need you to keep an eye on what's going on. Fred, and let Fred know just how it's all going. I was hoping that John Darko would be here because he's actually done a whole lot of work around a employee climate survey, which is what this is coming on the back of. Employees basically, in a nutshell, said that they felt like mushrooms, they weren't getting given any information, and they didn't feel that they could give anything back either. So not only that, but with the changes of the company. So for effective work relationships, the complaint and grievance policy will be fantastic. We've got the two different methods of sending out this information in here. Let me just go to this last page. We've got an action plan here with going forward staff inductions. We'll all be told about the new resources that we've got. I've got a media matrix there. We've got the organisational wiki, which is like a share intranet kind of information, not unlike the tank. Yeah? So people will be able to go on, see what they need, even about grievance procedures, which I'm not sure that the tank's got at the moment. And the other one was the SharePoint e-learning. I'll run that past the board, but in more particular detail for the team meetings and the individuals. As long as they're scheduled to do that, everything's going to be fine. So I'll need to talk to the workforce management guys to make sure that there's time for them to do these courses yet. Otherwise, it's just going to be sitting there. And the last thing is the budget. Need to speak to, when I speak to the board, I'll be outlining the cost. The survey is $3,000 and the e-learning package is $1,500. I'm not quite sure if there was, I'll leave that with you, Fred, to have a look in a bit more depth. But all department heads are going to need to sign off on this. So once I take that to board, I would like you all to be present in that room, just in case they're asking particular questions about your particular department.
Yeah.
I'm sorry this is just such a brief overview, but I really needed to get your support, find out if there's anything that I can do. As you know, I'm just a consultant that's been brought in to have a look at this. You guys are the ones that are on the ground. You know a lot more about this than I do. So I'll be looking to you to get your information before this gets signed off. So after this meeting, if there's anything at all that you want me to go in and change, please look through it, let me know. My number should be there on the bottom. And then we'll go from there. Was there any questions so far on that? Yeah? So you're available full time for these guys, and they've got your number, Fred? Alright, that's good. I'll go and check with John and see how he's going with the survey, and I'll get him to actually email you as well with what's going on. Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. You've got no idea.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.